Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I'm the Humble Gamer. This is the third leg of our Sodor Santa special from York to Vicarstown on the island of Sodor. We are on the Union of South Africa, who of course in reality has tragically been taken away from mainline Steam. Potentially not to return, we don't know. We are here at Barnard's castle and we are going as far as Tebay. So let's get the passengers on. As you can see, it is raining a little bit. It's snowing. Good God, I've had a short break and look at me. So yes, we are here and we're going down to Tebay. Here, it's going to take us about an hour, this one. Although, I think we are going over slightly more pacey routes than the previous leg from Darlington to Barnard's Castle. So anyway, let's get ourselves all ready to go. I think it's probably best to put some sort of headlamp on. And we are now ready to go. So it's 12:01. We should be saying we're at 13:07. We shall endeavour to be there earlier than that. But it is, as I predicted, snowing. Funny that. So yeah, we are away. Now hold on. Come on. The dog wants to come and see what I'm doing, so come on in, Bex. Right, he doesn't want to come and see what I'm doing. Right, so yeah, 34 miles as we leave Barnard Castle to go to Tebay. That can go quiet now. And it is genuinely snowing, which is going to be fun. Hopefully it'll clear up by the time we get to Vicarstown, but you never know. May not do. Probably will. May not do. Might clear up by the time we get to Tebay. Just a quick sharp snow shower for an hour. Snow shower for an hour. So far we've done pretty well. I mean, we've not hit the hilliest bits, which we'll be getting. We'll be getting hillier sections coming up. But then we're crossing into London Midland territory now, so this is not where you would find an A4. Might find the odd V2 on inter-regional working. As we head towards the Tees Viaduct. Big old viaduct. Look at that. Gorgeous. And then this is where we leave the route that we were previously on, which was the Weardale and Teesdale network, and we enter onto the Stainmore, Shap and Eden Valley route. Right, there it is. There we go. So on to our third and penultimate individual TrainSim route on this adventure across country from York to Sodor. The fourth obviously being my Sodor route. Oh, having a few frame rate issues. There we go. Very atmospheric. 1 in 70 though, for climbing towards Lartington. Don't go through many big places, I don't think, at this point. Hewlands, Bows, Stainmore Summit, so we are going to climb, and then eventually drop down through Kirkby Stephen into Tebay. See it now in the dark of Tebay. Or however that song actually goes. Keep looking up there because that's my microphone, but you guys are there. Problem that will become all too apparent in the Railway Empire series that's going to start after Christmas. As we come through Lartington, which is obviously a junction platform. No, it's not. It's just a wayside station with a goods yard. Probably a more natural thing to consider there, but no, I went with junction station. Oh good, it's a constant. It's going to be a constant climb up to Tebay, isn't it? I can see this already. I'm going to have to put sanding on, so let's stick it on. There we go. That'll make things a bit easier, hopefully. As we go over, or we approach another viaduct, Deepdale Viaduct. Oh. Passing what I presume is a BR standard or an IVET. That's an IVET. Pulling tar? Petrol? Fuel? Oil? And this is Deepdale Viaduct. Yes, I should say so. Slightly over the speed limit on it, but never mind. It's not the end of the world, is it? So we go to a fairly steeply banked curve, actually. Into a 1:69 Wahey. Where's my Santa ball drive? There we go. I wasn't very festive without that, am I? Lovely. Otherwise I just look like someone who's wearing a cap with a bit of fur on it. Whistle, obviously going up to a foot crossing again. We're starting to see where we can put a bit more speed once we hit to 55 mph. 45 next and then 55 after that. This has been a good journey so far, I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it a lot. This is by far the longest chunk of it as well. As we go all the way to Tebay. Let me get a map up on Google Maps so I can see roughly which bits of the country we're actually. Barnard Castle. So there's Barnard Castle. Oh yeah, I'm cutting right through the North Pennines. So yeah, this is a heck of a trip. This is a good old long trip, especially given that I started in York. Slightly speeding, but we're going into 55 anyway as we go through Hewlands platform. That is not a station you want to be waiting for a train on in this sort of weather. Oh no. No. Still climbing. 1 in 82 though, so it's not an awful climb. Just not managing to keep pace up. So we're going to get a decent lick. Not pushing this locomotive at all. This can do 120 odd. We've got it up to 114 on this journey so far, between York and Darlington. But now we have to cross the Pennines, and this is going to be the toughest and longest bit of this journey. As we now make our way through bows, presumably bows, possibly bows, more likely to be bows. Oh, excuse me, again, a state in the middle of nowhere. Oh, snow on the ground as well, it's a toughie. We've started making steam back anyways, we're now on level ground. Means I can probably turn sanding off. And second of all, close the regulator a little bit. We don't need to push her too much now. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise wholeheartedly. Arrival on a short goods. Yeah, this is the toughest bit of this journey. Because once we get to Tebay, well, in fact, once we get over Stainmore Summit, really, we are heading towards the west coast. And then and then Sodor's the easy bit because it's just downhill from the entrance to Barrow Station. So basically coasting to Vickerstown. Sorry, I'm a bit quieter on this one because I'm trying to hold things back because we've got another 49 minutes of travelling, unless I decide to break speed limits, which I'm not desperate to do. And it is snowy, and we've got to get up to Stainmore Summit first, because we're going to start the climb to that very, very soon. In fact, there we are, 1 in 64. Oof. Let's start using some of the power you've got here, A4. This is where I will need to drive. Again, once we're up and we're past Stainmore Summit, I don't know the route particularly well, but that sounds like it's going to be downhill as far as Tebay. But 1 in 93 can pull the power back a little bit. But yeah, I'm genuinely, actually one thing I can talk about is Unit South Africa. I'm genuinely quite sad that she is being, as far as we can tell, retired once her boiler ticket is out, and unless something has changed by the time this video comes out. The last I heard was that she was being, I think she was spending some time on the ELR, the East Lancs Railway, and then she was essentially being taken out of service, and the owner was not going to do the overhaul. Last I heard. I haven't properly kept up with it, but either way, it's nice to give an A4 a good run. I don't think... Have I done an A4 on this channel yet? I don't think I have. But even so, it's still nice to give her a run. And from York to Sodor it makes the most sense. Sorry, my hat's being uncomfortable. Yeah, there we go. So I currently can't hear. I currently can't hear the engine, but that's not a problem. I don't need to. Put that back. There we go, that's better. That's much better, there we go. And you can see my Santa hat a bit better now as well. So you get the full idiot look. Bit more power in. 1 in 68 now, as we go past another steamer pulling another freight. That one is that's a BR standard. Oh. The problem with having two screens is you can click off very, very quickly. A bit more power from your A4 if we can keep accelerating up this hill. You are a 6F apparently. Says so in my Observer's Book of Railway Locomotives. As well as being an 8P, it had the power of a 6F, which is not to be sniffed at as a freight loco. Obviously it's not built for freight at all. But BR did have to use them as freight. Oh, come on, frame rate, there we go. There we go, that's better. Through the cutting, over the teeny tiny little bridge. Just in case you didn't see it, there it is. Teeny tiny little thing. You still didn't see it. It's beneath the F4 the hood, but never mind. We must be getting close to Seymour Summit now. Yes, we are. And then we'll stop at Barras. We won't stop at Barras. We'll go through Barras. We're not stopping until we get to Tebay. In apparently 45 minutes time. See if we can shave a little bit off that, I think. Well, it did say about an hour, so like I said, this is the longest stretch of this run. And then once we get to Tebay, we pause, and then it's Tebay all the way to Vickerstown. We are fast approaching the summit here. Might have to drop to 45 now. Not quite sure why. Is it a particularly tight curve or something? No, it is a curve though, so have it there. So if we drop to 45, have a view from the footplate. Well, we're dropping to just below 50 now. As we approach the summit. Need to put a summit marker really on Gordon's Hill on Sodor now I think about it. Oh. Another Ivet light engine? Yeah, light engine Ivet. And this must be Seymour Summit here. And there we go. I wonder why they put... I wonder, again, I don't know much about railway logistics, I suppose is the best word. I wonder why they always put... seemingly specifically on this route, both at the summit of Shat and the summit here at Seymour, they seem to have sidings. Is there a specific reason for that? Ah, there's the sign for Seymour Summit. 1,370 feet, 1,370 feet above sea level. And now I get to shut off regulators. I'm going down to 1 in 60. So we can coast and build up as much steam as we want. Take the sanding off. So now I don't have to drive, apart from just to make sure we don't come off at the corners. Oh, this is the best way to do this though. 1 in 59 apparently. Oh, that's a climb. That's a climb. There we go. Some light on my face. Hello. Straighten my eyes though, which was a dumb thing to do. We're already picking up a lot of pace here, so we should be alright. Oh, I've got to hold it at 45 from Bleeth Gill. I wonder where Bleeth Gill is. Let me get it up on the map and I can show you roughly where in the country we actually are. Bleeth Gill. Okay. Stainmore. Okay, so we are heading towards Barras, which is... See, there's the UK. And we're zooming in, we're zooming in, we're zooming in. That red marker is Stainmore itself. And then, see Barras, just there, just south of Littlethwaite, and there's the red arrow that is Stainmore. I'm doing 67 miles an hour, I need to slow down by quite a lot. That's what you get for looking at maps while driving. I'm assuming, obviously, much of this, obviously, as we know, much of this route is actually closed down now. You can't actually travel on it by train, but I wonder how much of it is used as roads. Again, anyone that knows it particularly, or if anyone was involved in the making of this route, let me know. And then yeah, from Barras, going to be heading towards Kirkby Stephen, Ravenstondale, and then Tebay, and into the Loon Gorge. Well, just past the bottom of the Loon Gorge. Oh, here we go. This is Barras, and there's an old E4 240 type. I don't think I've used that on this channel either yet. Again, I will. It'll get used. It's on Sodor. It's rotored in, rostered in. There's one of the locomotives on Sodor. Oh, here we go. Another one. This is an Ivet on a fairly long freight with a banker. It's another Ivet banking at the rear, isn't it? And yes, it is the Flying Pig. As they were so called. I am warm. Don't have too much sympathy. I'm wearing 2 hats, which is stupid of me. I'm doing it for comedy effect to make you guys smile. And brakes on again because we're going over 45, although we are now approaching a 50. So we head towards Bella Gill. Sorry, Bella down. Belor, Bellar. Another viaduct. Oh, that's a big old viaduct. That's a big one. After this we go up to 50. So again, but I don't need to put any regulator on because we're going down a 1 in 60 and have been for quite a while. I'll tell you what, this must be a tough climb going back the other way. which at the moment I have no current plans to do. But obviously, as I said in the last video, if you have any any railway locations that you want me to get to Sodor from, we can do a sort of Journeys to Sodor series. Just pick a point on the British mainland and I shall try my best to get there. Ones I'm going to rule out immediately: I can't do Edinburgh. I don't have a route that goes to Edinburgh. I can't really do... I think Edinburgh is the only real main big one that I cannot do at all. I can do London, but I can't necessarily do specific London stations. So if you say London, I'll just pick a station in London that I've got. I don't believe I can do King's Cross. I have to do Paddington. So, but yeah, you could... Oh, excuse me. Well, I can't do Brighton either. It's a very quiet video because I'm not using any steam. Just coasting. We're only 15 miles away from Tebay as well. I'm slightly speeding, but maybe ought not to do that on a 1 in 60 downgrade. I'm doing my best to not do it. Try to hold us at around about 50. I think I'm just about going to achieve with that current setting. Then of course I need to drop us down to 45. This is why hills are fun on railways. Getting up them's tough, getting down them safely is tough. So how are we going to do? How is it saying? Oh, a DMU. Didn't even notice that. Nice bit of more modern motive power for you more modern motive power fans. Drop us down to 45 as we go through this little cutting. Oh, excuse me again. I apologise for yawning. So remember, so far in real world time we are, give or take, allowing for longer stoppages than probably would happen. We are 2.5 hours away from York. That's how long we've been travelling real time, which isn't bad. So I reckon Sodor's what, about 3 hours away from York, maybe 4. No, because we've got to get to Tebay first. So yeah, I reckon maybe 3.5 to 4 hours away from York. Oh, excuse me, I reckon. Which isn't bad. So yeah, it's a day trip. If you catch the early train. So do it for a long weekend, Friday to Monday. If you're planning your holidays for next year. Kirkby Stephen. So here we're into settling Carlisle country. Which of course is the other route that this route connects to. Among others, obviously. But I am all good to approach for Kirkby Stephen. As this game does a lot of loading, and this is quite an asset heavy route. If you don't have it, obviously all the routes I've used, apart from the East Coast Main Line, which is in the original, which comes with the original TrainSim. No, actually even know that one, because of course TrainSim is funny about what routes you get these days. So yeah, so all the routes that I've used are in the descriptions of the videos, along with my Train Simulator playlist, my Sodor Snippets playlist, and of course a link to Train Simulator itself if you haven't played it. Now I'm guessing if you're here you have probably played it, or at best are certainly considering playing it, so you know where to find it anyway. But this has been more successful than I thought it was going to be. Obviously I don't know whether it's been successful in a YouTube sense. I don't know if you guys are actually watching it, or whether I'm the only person that will ever see this journey, but balance of probability, TrainSim videos are some of the more successful stuff I do, so chances are there's someone at the other end of this video watching it. And if you are there, I hope you're enjoying it. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, give it a share if you know people that would want to watch it, and check stuff down below. Snowplows. Probably should have put one of those on the front of me, but I haven't, so this is going to be fun. Anyway, we're entering Kirkby Stephen Station Throat now. I need to slow. We're not going to stop, but I do need to slow to below 20 mph. As we come into quite a busy... Now this is Kirkby Stephen East. This is not the Kirkby Stephen on the Settle and Carlisle route. As we go past another BR standard that's just waiting for us to clear the line before it can carry on its merry way. I assume it's a merry way. Yeah, there it goes. As we go through Kirkby Stephen, past another few idling iverts, and then we need to keep slowing because we need to go at 15 mph over the crossing as we go towards the Tebay junction, going this way, because as far as I'm aware this takes you up towards the Settle and Carlisle where they join at Appleby, which is where you can then go on to Kirkby Thor, Clifton Moor, and up to Penrith, and then through to Carlisle and Keswick. However, we are obviously going to Tebay and the west coast. So we're clear now, so let's put some steam into these taps, shall we? There we go, past what I presume is... that's another BR standard, yes. Sort of tractor in the background doing its thing. So now we're 11 miles away, and it's saying we're roughly 24 minutes away. I imagine that will drop a little bit as we get closer. Are we single tracking it again? We are single tracking it for quite a bit of this. At least until Ravenston, and then yeah, then we go double track again. So again, you probably wouldn't find in reality an A4 on this, but we're doing it. We are doing it. And now we need to slow. We need to keep ourselves at roughly 40 mph. I'm not going to break speed limits. Obviously I could do, but I'm not going to do that. Sorry, I know I've gone quiet. I'm just checking something for later on. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Wait a second. I see. I see. So I'm just looking at the route ahead up in the far northwest. Oh yeah, I need to give myself a bit more. That's what you get for that's what you get for looking at maps. You slow down, and that's not what you want to do. So let's give ourselves some serious. So yes, I went very quiet there, and I do apologise. That's probably the most dull bit of video you've ever watched from me. Actually, that's not true. I know the dullest bit of video, and it's going back a long time. But I got lazy and didn't edit out me just checking a text message of 7 years ago. It wasn't even an important text message. I think it was just a WhatsApp from work. As we go through Smarsdale. Nine miles away and 11 minutes apparently. Which does sound about right. Pardon me. Given that I imagine the speed limit is somewhere around the 40 mark for much of this. How are we doing in real life? 25 past 4. Might have another short break and have some food. Or at least a cup of soup. I don't know. But whatever it is, the choice is not covered in the scope of this video. I'm literally driving from York to Sodor. I haven't quite got my head around. I knew it was possible, but then I was like, yeah, sure, cool, I'll do that. That'll be a cool idea. And then it's like, oh, but I'm actually doing it now. And it's very cool to do. Obviously, this isn't the only route. These aren't the only routes you can link up. I could run from York to Glasgow, for example. Very similar route. But obviously at Kirkby-Stephen we head up towards Penrith and Carlisle. Rather than turning south and west and coming towards Tebay. This is a gorgeous bit of the route though, this is lovely. I mean, this route, the Stainmore Shafton Eden Valley route from Stevenshouse to Green is awesome anyway. And I've known that since I did it for the... what's the thing I did this year? The Summer Festival of Steam Steam Fest thing. That's all part of the TrainSim route stuff, so check that out in the description down below. Check that playlist out. Give ourselves a bit more power. We are climbing a 1 in 76 This is probably the last climb towards Tebay, as we don't actually, as far as I'm aware, I don't think we actually enter the Loon Gorge. But we might be in it now. I don't know. This is the thing. Let me get Google Maps up. None of those are the places that I want to look at. There we go, Tebay. See if I can just search for the Loon Gorge. Apparently not. That's something you can just search for, apparently, on Google Maps. But yeah, like I said, I don't think we actually enter the Loon Gorge at Tebay. We might do. I don't think we do. I'll take it back. I believe we are actually currently in the Loon Gorge. So that shows what I know as we head towards Ravenston. I don't know this part. I don't know much about the geography of Britain in that sort of detail. Shush, don't judge me. 6 miles away, and it's saying 15 minutes away. That I find that hard to believe. I find that very hard to believe. It's going to take that long. Mind you, I am going 48 round of 40 on a 1 in 100 slope as we head towards Ravenston. So what I'll do is I'll just jump ahead, get a quick bit of platform side footage from the down platform. Oh look, you can look right up the track from here. This is a great place to do it. It comes rushing through. I'll just take a step to my right. There we go. Woof. And that's how you do that. So yeah, 45. I thought we'd be speeding by this point. There we go. Now we're on the flat, so we should be able to just release our brakes and coast for a little bit, and then add a little bit of, add the tiniest bit of throttle regulator, sorry, to use its proper steam and technical name. So that means I can. So I think actually we're now going down to 1 in 161, 5 miles away, or 13 minutes. Those as well. It is a lovely route. Admittedly, I'm doing it at Christmas, so it's winter, so you don't get to see all the flora. There is a small chance that my camera might run out of battery before we reach Tebay. If that happens, then you'll just see my face disappear, for which I apologise. You'll still have my audio because I'm recording on a microphone now as opposed to just the camera. So, oh, I have a bit of a stretch though. Oh, that's a lovely face for you to look at. I apologise for that. That's no worse than my normal face, I guess. Oh. Itchy. Still accelerating. It's cutting down on time, but time is not a massive factor here. That's the thing. We're not in a race. We're just too much brake. I just need to find a nice balance where we're slowly picking up. It allows us to move, but it's not allowing us to speed. Because speeding is not what we want. Because we are trying to do this if it's a genuine rail tour. Is the next station Tebay by any chance? No, we go through Gill and then into Tebay. And then from Tebay we will actually go down all the way through Grangeover Sands and Cark and past Plumpton. Just control our speed very briefly. 9 minutes to do the next 3.5 miles. Oh, light engine flying pig. Still dropping at 1 in 111. Basically, if you're going from Tebay to Barnard's Castle, it's a heck of a climb one way and then a sort of gentle slope the other way, and then if you're going from Barnard's Castle to Tebay, it's a gentle climb slope and then a heck of a drop. Gill is now in sight, which is good. Yes, we should be leaving Tebay at... There'll be another fairly sizable, so it'll be 1:30. We should be leaving Tebay because we're going to get there at around about 5 to 1. But no, we'll stop. We'll let passengers get out, have their lunch since it's 1 o'clock. So where is Gill? Turn the brakes off. I'm going downhill, and yet I'm struggling. We're going downhill, brakes are off, and I am putting some throttle, and we are struggling to make any progress. I wonder why. Either way, this is Gill. We're now 2.5 miles from Tebay, which is our penultimate destination. After Tebay, it is non-stop to Vickerstown. Not even stopping at Barrow. Oh, excuse me. I apologise wholeheartedly. Slow right down because it's gone to 1 in 115 and good. Right, less than 2 miles away. I can probably actually just shut everything off now as we prepare for our fairly lengthy stop. It'll be about 35 minutes. We'll be stopping over in Tebay. Obviously you won't see that until tomorrow, which should be Christmas Day. It'll be 7:30 as per. Yes, here we are. I can see the outskirts of Tebay Station starting to appear. Oh, okay, excuse me, I apologise. It's all this talking, that's what does it. into it at the moment. Since we are basically slowing to a crawl, which is good because we have to go down to 20 mph once we get to Tebay, but I don't want to like stop. About a mile away now. That's an enjoyable run. I like this route. I really like this route. I need to do some of these scenarios on it. I need to do actually to start doing career modes and stuff for you guys, so you can see just how bad I actually am at this game when I'm under pressure, when I have to do something specific. Because I am terrible. Legitimately terrible. Few frame drops as we load in Tebay. Like I said, this is an asset heavy route. Okay, now we can slow. Because in 0.2 of a mile we've got to drop to 20 anyway, and we're only 0.8 of a mile away from the platform. You know, if my camera's what, it's because I'm wobbling my legs. And my elbows are on the desk and the camera's attached to the desk. Camera's connected to the desk bone. The desk bone's connected to the arm bone. I'm going to be slightly over the limit as we come in, like 1.3 miles, but still. Oh, and there we are. This is Tebay. We have just crossed from the east of the Pennines to the west of the Pennines. And not via the traditional Trans-Pennine route of Leeds and Huddersfield and stuff like that, so... But then this route doesn't exist in real life now, which is a shame. Bits of it do, but I feel like this would be a good relief road. Oh. There's a freight train heading off up the Loon Gorge. We need to get into the platform though, Humble, don't stop here. Now I don't know where Tebay services in relation to this station, but I imagine it's fairly close. That's an important stopping point. Whenever we used to go, me and my family, whenever we used to go up to Scotland, we always stopped at Tebay services. So, if you know, oh, excuse me. This is a bit of a country that holds a little bit of significance for me. Nothing major, it's not like anything important happened. It was just a childhood memory sort of situation. Yes, here we are. Tebay northeast platform. So yes, this is where only our engines did come into Tebay. And there's the London Midland station that it's connected to. And that is us for now. Once we stop. So yes, the next video we should be going from Tebay straight through to Vickerstown. And yeah, then we shall be, that shall be the end of our Santa special from York to Vickerstown. The Sodor Santa special, which I'm quite happy that this has actually managed to work quite as well as it has, as we throw the brakes on. South Africa stops just there. Perfect, lovely. So, thank you ever so much for watching. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Check out the game in the description below. Check out my Sodor snippet series in the description below. Check out the rest of my train simulator stuff in the description below. Check out the annotations on the screen you're about to see. And tomorrow, which is Christmas Day, of course, we shall be finishing our journey from Tebay to Sodor. So, thank you ever so much for watching. Merry Christmas, everyone. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. We're now heading to the titular station of Crabbenmore.
It's the worst restaurant menu ever.
Crabbenmore!
It's like that bloody Monty Python. Spam, 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 spam.